Hello. As you may remember, I mentioned in my previous video, A Return to the Land of Testosterone, that I was going to be doing a short video of how I do my injections. So here it is. I want to put this as a disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. Listen to your doctor. Do your injections in a way that works with you, that is also copacetic with what your doctor said. Okay? Just because I do mine one way doesn't mean you have to. If your doctor wants you to do it a different way, if your doctor wants you to do sub-Q, then do that. I do mine IM in my legs. A lot of guys, I've noticed, end up doing them in their butt because it's less painful. I can't bend that way, and I don't have anybody that will do my shots for me. So, I've done them in my legs, all but 2 shots. And the 2 shots I had done in my ass were done by a nurse, and one time she hit my sciatic nerve. So at that point I decided no more, I'm just sticking with my legs from now on. I'm going to throw on a couple pictures just showing close-ups of everything, and then there will be a small awkwardly angled video on how I draw everything up and get everything ready, and then another awkwardly angled injection video, probably with a cat interrupting multiple times. I do have a half Siamese, and he's very talkative, and he's in the house right now. So, alright, I will go get everything set up, and I'll catch y'all in a few. Bye. Alright, so I've got everything laid out that I will need to do my injection. I've got my testosterone. I've got a 3cc syringe with a 20 gauge 1-inch needle that I'll be using for drawing up the testosterone. A 22 gauge 1.5-inch needle that I'll be using to actually inject it. 2 alcohol swabs. It's habit for me. I always use 2. I have every time I've done my injection. Little band-aid, not needed, but 9 times out of 10 I bleed, and I'm usually wearing pants that I don't want to bleed through my pants, so I throw on a band-aid, take it off the next day, don't worry about it. And then a sharps container for disposing of the needles. I've already washed my hands, because that is one of the first steps. You want to make sure that your hands are washed and clean. Alright, this is a brand new bottle of the testosterone. It still has the factory seal on it. So, and it is testosterone cypionate. I may or may not be butchering that name. I've never known how to say it. 200 mg per mil. I'm going to be doing 0.5 mils every week, or 100 mils, or 100 milligrams. So, yes. Alright, so first thing I will do is pop that top right off. You can see there's a little, so there's the metal, there's a little rubber stopper in there. That's what you actually puncture. Alright. So, open up one of the alcohol swabs. And since it was factory sealed, I don't know if it's absolutely necessary to wipe it, but I do. Alright, so wipe that off. I don't know if you can see how it's shiny. It's wet, so I'm just going to let that sit to dry. Alright, go ahead and open this needle. Alright, and with a new syringe, you always want to kind of move the plunger, because it gets stuck. It always kind of sticks right there, so you just move it. It loosens it up a little bit. I'm not going to open up the second needle just yet. I'm going to wait until I have it the testosterone drawn up, and then I will switch needles. I'm going to open up the little Band-Aid. Basically, I'm going to get everything ready before I actually stab myself. Alright, so there's my little round Band-Aid. Just got it set in there. Ooh, tried to go with me. Alright, so this is trash. Alright. Alright, let me toss that. Alright, so you can't tell on the camera, but I'm looking at it right now and it is completely dried. So what you want to do is not get cat hair all over. Alright. Alright. So I'm going to be doing a 1/2 ml. So I'm drawing up a 1/2 ml of air. Remove the cap. So there's the needle. Alright. So, whoop. Needle goes in, right through the middle there. Inject the air. I've always turned it upside down. Whether you have to or not, I don't know. But that's how I've always done it, and I'm showing you how I do it. Alright, so I pulled it past, past 0.5. So you just want to make sure you get the air out of there. Alright, so the air's gone back to the bottle. Alright, so push the plunger until there's 0.5 ml in there. Alright, so now there is testosterone up in this needle. So I just pull it back until I get air in the top of the syringe. And because I'm discarding this needle, I don't recap it. That was something I was taught in tech school, is you don't recap sharps because you can poke yourself, and I've seen it done. It is, if my sharps container here with the giant lid were to fall over, potentially people could get hurt because none of them are capped. Alright. So I opened up the second needle. So I screw that on. So now I'm just gonna push up until most of the air, basically, okay, the little gray part where the needle is, that's called the hub of the needle. I'm pushing up the air until the testosterone goes up into the hub, but not so far that it goes up into the needle, because I want to be able to watch when that first drip comes out of the top. So, alright. So now I'm going to swab my leg. First I gotta kick the cat out of the chair, change positions, and go from there. Alright. So I've moved everything over into my reach. I have my syringe with the 1.5-inch long 22 gauge needle, an alcohol swab for my leg, and my little Band-Aid. Hi. And a cat that's half Siamese. Alright. So, where I inject, my hip is here, my knee is here. I've always been told, cut your leg into thirds, basically. The middle third, just outside of the center. Shut up! So hip, knee, thirds, center, outside. I have my testosterone tattoo right here. I got it originally because, yes, it is a big part of me. 2, I got it as, and more so than 1 actually, I got it as a target for doing my injections. Alright, so new alcohol swab. I'm going to inject into this one. So just kind of do that. Go away. Go away. I've always been told you can't blow on it, because then you get the germs from your mouth onto your leg, but I'm fanning it. Go away or I will... Go. Shoot. Alright. Shut up! He's very talkative. Alright. So I have my needle with my 22 gauge, 1.5 inch long needle. Or my syringe with my needle. Excuse me. The cap was in my mouth. What I like to do is slowly push the plunger up. Come on. Okay. Push the plunger up until the tiniest little drop comes out the top of the needle. Alright. So I got a little drop. Go away, cat. Alright. So I'm injecting into this 1, 2, 3 hexagon. So I haven't touched it. I have not touched the needle itself, because that's going into my leg. Alright. So, again, I'm showing you how I do my shots. You don't have to do them. Do how your doctor said and the way that works for you. Go with that. Alright. And yes, I push the needle in very slow. Most people stab. I can't seem to do that. I have tried. Alright. Alright, you want to leave a little bit of the needle sticking out. So, pull back. Make sure you're not in blood. So I got a little air bubble. So that's good. Now you inject. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alright. Pull it out. Alright. I just put my finger on it while I can get my Band-Aid. Alright. And of course, because I already had the Band-Aid opened, I'm not bleeding. Alright. So, yes, and Seuss says hi. Alright, so my little Band-Aid's on, and that's how I do my shots. I just realized how awful and unruly my beard and hair looked. So, hopefully I have tamed that now that I've done my shot. I just got out of the shower and I fluffed it to let it dry. So yes, that is how I do my shot. Again, I'm not a medical professional. Do what works for you and also what your doctor says. Somewhere in that range. And again, I apologize about the cat yowling. Anytime I try to talk, he talks. So, but that's how I do my shot. And I will catch y'all later. Hugs and loves. Hugs and loves, y'all.